Hi, welcome to my channel, See Mary Make, or welcome back maybe. I'm making cocoa bombs in this video to give out as teacher's gifts. I'm showing here all the stuff I have out for it. I'll also put a list down in the description box below of what I actually used. Because I didn't use everything I pulled out, I wasn't really sure what all I wanted to use to decorate them with when I pulled things out, so I had some extra things out that I never actually used. But I'm making my cocoa bombs with mini cups, little mini plastic cups that I already had on hand. I use them to make fudge pops for the kids during the summer. And I'm just starting by cutting little slits down the side of each cup I'm going to use. And then you're going to place a piece of tape right over. It doesn't have to be Scotch tape, but you want to make sure that it's a tape that it's going to stay on good, but you're also going to be able to peel it off when you're done. So now I've just melted the chocolate melts or wafers, whatever they're called. And I did let it cool a little bit, just for a few seconds before, like a minute or two before pouring it in, because you don't want it to be really, really runny, because then it won't be thick enough. So I just poured a few spoonfuls in. I kind of turned the cup around a few times to coat the sides completely. And now I'm just shaking out any excess chocolate that's dripping off. And I used the spoon just to scrape off little straggly pieces of chocolate that were still hanging down from the edge of the cup. And I'm going to do that about 10 million more times. Not really 10 million, but it felt like it that day. Actually didn't make that many. I think I made maybe 20 of them or something, if that. Maybe close to 20. I don't think it was 20 though. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that with all the cups. I'm going to place them on this small little cookie sheet I have here. And then pop them in the freezer for about 5 or 10 minutes. And now they're out of the freezer. And now what I'm doing is peeling the tape off. And then once I get that off, then I'm just going to pry it open on both sides there. And it should pop right out. It did with me. I didn't have any problem with these ones whatsoever. I did try it with the white wafers too. You'll see there's a bowl off to the side there where I've already done the white wafers and put them in the freezer. They did not turn out so well. The white, it was too thin. If I could do it over again, or if I was to do it over again with that brand of white wafers, I would have to do 2 layers of them, I think. But it's fine. I just melted them back down, and you'll see me use them to top off each little bomb in a few minutes. So I'm using just a canister of Swiss Miss cocoa that I bought at Walmart for I don't know, it's maybe $5, I think. And it says on the back of the canister that put a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And I was actually able to fit a 1/4 cup in here. I just used a tablespoon to do it. But I'm pretty sure 4 tablespoons is a 1/4 cup. So I had put 3 in there and then shook them out, and I was like, I think I have room for more. Yeah, so I could fit a full 1/4 of a cup. in these, which was great. I was worried about not being able to fit enough and then the cocoa tasting like weak when they used them. But yeah, so I just put all the cocoa in there and gave it a little shake to level it out, I guess. I don't really know why I did that. I guess that's why I did it. Now I'm opening these mini candy canes, and I was thinking about doing like, trying to do a handle on the side, but I didn't really want to mess with that. So now I'm just sticking these little wooden stirrers, or I don't really know what they're called. I bought them at Hobby Lobby. They were in like the party section. They kind of look like little sticks that people make like those rock candies on. But I'm using them for these. So I just stuck those in the middle and topped off with a little more cocoa powder because I still had a little bit of room in there. And I'm also going to add in these mini candy canes. I'm just going to stick them right on the side of the little cups. Inside of it, not on the outside. I do want to try to do the thing where you make them into like a handle, like it's a mug. But I think you'd probably have to do that before putting the cocoa in. Unless you're going to sit there and like hold it until the chocolate gets hard on each one. Which I feel like would take forever. I don't know. But I liked these. They came out cute this way too. So I'm just going to stick a miniature candy cane in right on the side of each one. Yeah, I don't know why I kept so much of me cutting these open and sticking them in here. One or two probably would have sufficed. So now I'm going to take that white chocolate I was telling you didn't work out. And I'm just going to use a spoon to drizzle it in, or right on top of the cocoa. You could use you could put it in a Ziploc bag and squeeze it in, or even use an actual piping bag. And I actually had some piping bags out. I just was like, a spoon will work. And now I'm just plopping some mini marshmallows right on top. And decided to create some drips because the edges didn't come out perfect. If you want the edges perfect, then you can achieve that with a nonstick pan or a warm plate. Just barely warm it up, and before you start putting anything inside of the cups, just turn it upside down and place it on the warm surface for a couple seconds, and that should flatten it out and even it out and get rid of any little crackly looking pieces from the edge of the cup. But I went into this kind of wanting it to look like a fancy drippy drink from somewhere, so I wasn't really worried about it. And now I'm just placing some sprinkles on top, making sure to get them where the white chocolate is at. And I had a couple different kinds of sprinkles I didn't record me using them all. Well, I thought I did, or I did, I don't know. I did not get a lot of footage of me decorating the tops with sprinkles for some reason. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just got distracted because the kids got home from school and I was trying to get them finished or what. So now I'm just going to move on to the next one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to try to carefully spoon in the white chocolate, and yeah. Then I'm going to go ahead and create a few drips over some of the rough looking spots on there. And then I'll top with marshmallows. This was honestly like a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that I was gonna have like issues getting them out of the cups and that they weren't gonna hold up well sitting out while I was working on them. I haven't worked with like melting chocolates a lot, just a handful of times, and the other times I've just like put them in like little shaped molds to put, on cakes or cupcakes. So, or as like a little snack on the side at like baby showers. I haven't done a lot with them. But this is pretty easy, so maybe I'll start working with them more. And once again, I've disappeared and left a huge chunk of stuff in here that doesn't need to be. Sorry. I actually edited this during the day while everyone was awake and working or running around and being noisy and stuff, which is not something I normally do. So yeah, there's stuff in here that doesn't need to be. Now I'm just filling up all the other cups that I made with cocoa. And like I said, I was able to fit a quarter cup of cocoa in each cup. A little mess with that one. I also had this candy cane cocoa out, but decided not to use it because I liked the way the little candy canes looked in the first round of cocoa bombs I did. So I didn't know if it would be too much to put a candy cane and candy cane flavored cocoa. But yeah, so now I'm doing the same thing I did with all the other ones. Fill them up. Sorry, my 5-year-old was watching me intently and she kept bumping the tripod. She was right next to it. So anytime you see the camera shaking, that's what's happening. Life with kids, what can you do? So now that I've got all my candy canes in, I'm just topping off a little bit on a few that looked a little low. And next we're going to go back in with the white chocolate. This was a fairly simple project. I'm actually thinking about making a bunch more for Christmas so that the kids can have some and my family members and some friends can have some. Because honestly, like the supplies to make them weren't very costly. I think the cocoa was probably like the most expensive thing I bought. And I'm pretty sure I made close to 20 of them, and I have, probably like a third of a container left, maybe. So you get a decent amount in a container. I also know how to make cocoa mix. I just didn't want to. I usually keep some homemade in the house for the kids. So, like that's another idea to save money because you can make a lot of cocoa mix with I have this one recipe. If anyone wants it, let me know. It's pretty good. And it makes a lot. Like you have to make it in like a big like spaghetti pot or something. Like it makes a lot. My mom used to always make it when I was a kid, and I've made it before and I've helped her make it before, and like she would always split it between like her house, my house, and my other sister's house. And the container she'd give us would usually last for a year or so. And that's with my kids drinking plenty of cocoa. They are cocoa connoisseurs. My oldest one likes all the flavored cocos. Oh, and I decided to help the marshmallows stick better, just do one layer, and then instead of drizzling the chocolate on to put more marshmallows, I just dipped each marshmallow in the white chocolate and then placed it on top of the other marshmallows. Although I do, which I don't know if I got a recording of me doing it, at the end after that, I do drizzle some on tops to help the sprinkles stick better. But yeah, I'm just gonna run through and do this to all of them. You could also crush up some candy canes and put them on top. Or I thought would be really cute is if you have like a little chocolate bear or Santa or snowman or something, like, you know, one of those really small chocolates like that. That would be cute on top too. Okay, so I definitely didn't get any more recording of me putting the sprinkles on. I probably paused it to help my daughter with something and then forgot to press start again. But here's the finished results. I think they came out super cute. I was really, really pleased with them. I did all this in a day, on and off, of course. And now I'm just going to show how I decided to wrap them. And I just got these little treat bags. I probably got them from Dollar Tree. That's usually where I buy all my stuff like that. Either there or Dollar General. And yeah, so I just placed them all in these little cute bags. And then I'll show you how I put different kinds of little bows on them and tags and stuff like that. I let my two older kids fill out their tags themselves, but my youngest one, who ironically also had the most to give out, I did her tags. And since she's only in kindergarten and just learning to read, I didn't really put who they were to. I just put from. And on the tags I wrote, you know, to add to a cup of hot milk and stir, in case anyone didn't know what they were. Especially, like I said, the youngest one. I don't know if she would divulge the information like my older two would. But I think they went over well. Everyone said their teachers thanked them a lot, and I got a few thank you notes home, as I always do. So I'm just going to put the strings on the tags that we wrote up, and now I'm going to take a couple pieces of ribbon. These are just little small goodie bags. You don't need anything huge or super long, nor do you need 8 million ribbons. I mean, you could put as much on there as you want. You could just use like a twist tie too and stick a sticky tag on. But these actually did not come with twist ties, which I found a little strange. Usually their little goodie bags like this do come with them. I buy a bunch of them usually every year for most holidays. But this pack didn't have any. Because normally what I'll do is I'll put the twist tie on first and then put like a ribbon or something over it, if that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, so I just put the tag on the ribbon and tied it in just a regular bow and curled the ends of the ribbons. And for this one, I'm going to use a fabric ribbon, I believe. Yep, one I got from the Dollar Tree. I didn't measure the ribbon any, so I can't tell you how long I cut it or anything like that. I just cut a piece that looked good to me. And I'm going to start tying it here. Then I'm going to slip the tag on and finish the bow. Gonna move on to the next one. And I'm not doing anything special. No special bows, just a normal bow, the same way you would like tie your shoelaces. You can get as fancy as you want with this though. Like I said, I did about 20 of them, I think, so I just didn't want to make anything more complicated than I had to. It's, I know just one cocoa bomb per teacher seems like not much, but I mean, when each kid has several teachers, and then you're making for office staff too, and helpers, you know, like the volunteers that come in the classrooms, things like that, it can be a lot sometimes. Plus, I also send up like a tray of baked goods for everyone, and I send up stuff for other holidays too. I usually send gifts to the teachers for Valentine's. I try to send in stuff for Halloween. Sometimes teachers are okay with that, sometimes they're not. And then with all the, you know, the stuff that's been happening the last couple years, people have been a little weird about food. Like, they won't let them, like, have stuff like that in class. Oh, and for this one, I did twine. So I just did that with all of the cocoa bombs until they were each wrapped and ready to deliver. And here is just a shot of some of them unwrapped. Again, I'm done. And here's what they all looked like wrapped. And well, some of them, they weren't all on the counter there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you try it out and how it works out for you. I'm definitely going to make some more. And like and subscribe if you want to see more DIYs. Thanks. Bye.